The NBA offseason may be slowing down, but the Los Angeles Lakers are still on the clock. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. One roster spot remains open, and while the front office isn't in a rush to fill it, there's growing pressure to make a smart, strategic move.
Why?
Because behind the star power of LeBron James, the Lakers still have some glaring holes in their front court. They lack a reliable stretch big, a guy who can space the floor, rebound, and bring a veteran presence in the locker room.
And now,
there's one name floating around the league that checks all those boxes. A name very familiar to LeBron. Kevin Love. Yes, that Kevin Love. The five-time All-Star. The 2016 NBA champion. And one of LeBron James' closest allies during their time in Cleveland. He wants back in. And he wants back in badly. Just weeks ago, Love was quietly traded from the Miami Heat to the Utah Jazz. But the Jazz are a rebuilding team. And nobody, not even Utah, expects him to stick around. A buyout is likely on the way. And once that happens, all eyes turn to Los Angeles. According to NBA insider Brett Siegel from Clutch Points, there's serious buzz that Kevin Love wants to finish his career in LA. And not just because of basketball. Love was born in Santa Monica. He went to UCLA. This city is home. It's personal. Siegel reports. Word around the league is that Kevin Love wants to end up in Los Angeles. There were a few whispers about the New York Knicks, but reportedly, there's little to no interest from the East Coast. The real story is in the West. And let's be honest, if Kevin Love is coming to LA, it's hard to imagine him suiting up in a Clippers jersey.
Why?
Because the bond between Love and LeBron runs deep. From 2014 to 2018. These two shared the court as teammates in Cleveland, going to 4 straight NBA Finals and capturing that historic 2016 title. They built chemistry. They built trust. And they won together. So, if LeBron gives the green light, if he goes to GM Rob Pelinka and says, "This is the guy I want beside me for one more run," then the Lakers may feel compelled to make it happen. But there's a catch. The Lakers are currently hard-capped at the first salary apron. That means they can't just throw around contracts, even minimum ones, without moving pieces first. To sign Kevin Love, they'd likely have to make some room. Maybe by offloading a contract like Dalton Knecht or Maxi Kleber, depending on how the roster shapes up. Is it complicated? Sure. But impossible? Not at all. This is the Los Angeles Lakers. A franchise built on stars, built on storylines, and built on second chances. And Kevin Love fits that mold perfectly. Now, let's be real. Love isn't the player he once was. He's not giving you 30 minutes a night. And he's not locking down the paint like a prime Dwight Howard. But what he can still do is shoot the basketball, space the floor, and grab rebounds. And that's exactly what this current Lakers team lacks. They don't have a reliable stretch five. They don't have a big man who can pull defenders away from the basket, giving LeBron and other playmakers room to operate. Love wouldn't just be insurance. He'd be a strategic fit. And let's not underestimate what a veteran like him brings off the court. Championship experience, leadership, and a voice in the locker room when things get tough. Think about it. A second unit with Kevin Love knocking down open threes, drawing slower defenders out of the paint, and letting the stars rest without the entire offense falling apart. That could be huge in a playoff run. So here's the big question. Will the Lakers make the move? Will Rob Pelinka clear the space? Will LeBron, now 40 years old, give his blessing? And will Kevin Love finally return to Los Angeles? Not just to play, but to finish what he started years ago with LeBron James? Because if this reunion happens, it won't just be sentimental. It could be strategic. And it could be exactly what the Lakers need to make one more real push for title number 18. A package deal that sends LeBron James and Bronny James to the San Antonio Spurs. Yes, a father-son trade. To Texas. Here's how the deal plays out. Los Angeles Lakers receive Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, a 2031 first-round pick swap, and a 2032 first-round pick swap. San Antonio Spurs receive LeBron James, Bronny James. Now, this might not be the blockbuster return fans expect. We're talking about one of the greatest players of all time. And this is the package. No superstar names. No all-NBA talents. Just two solid young players and future draft flexibility. But look closer. Devin Vassell is a dynamic wing with a smooth jumper, growing confidence, and proven two-way potential. Keldon Johnson is a physical, aggressive scorer who can put up 20 on any given night and defend multiple positions. Both are still in their early 20s. Both have room to grow. And both could thrive in complementary roles next to Luka Doncic, who is now leading this Lakers squad into a new championship pursuit. The truth is, these aren't just throw-in players. They're building blocks. The type of talent that can help reshape a roster and keep the team competitive, even after losing a legend like LeBron. And let's not forget the draft capital. Pick swaps in 2031 and 2032 might seem far off now. But for a franchise that needs to build smart around Luka's prime years, that kind of flexibility is invaluable. Still, not everyone's going to love this. Some fans will be furious. Trading away LeBron James, a man who brought the franchise its 17th championship, and doing it for guys who haven't even been all-stars? It's a hard pill to swallow. But here's the reality. LeBron is aging. His influence on the team is waning. And Bronny, while a promising young player, is still unproven at the NBA level. If there's ever a time to move forward, to reset, rebuild, and recommit to a future built around Luka Doncic, that time might be now. And this trade, while not flashy, could be exactly what the front office needs to fully embrace that vision. Imagine a Lakers team with Luka orchestrating the offense, surrounded by long, athletic wings like Vassell and Johnson, supported by younger role players with energy, speed, and hunger. That's not a step backward. That's a smart pivot. And sending LeBron and Bronny to San Antonio? It wouldn't just be strategic. It would be respectful. They'd stay together. They'd land in a franchise known for its structure, development, and championship culture. And LeBron could close out his legendary career mentoring his son, on his terms. So now we ask, will the Lakers actually pull the trigger? Will they turn the page on the LeBron era? Will Rob Pelinka and the front office decide that it's time to fully back Luka, with a supporting cast built for his style of play? Or will they hesitate, clinging to the past, hoping that LeBron still has one more run left in him? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. The future in Los Angeles is here. And his name is Luka Doncic. Because the Lakers' long-term strategy goes beyond Luka and Reeves. They're also eyeing two former MVPs. And they're willing to play the long game to make it happen. We're talking about none other than Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Both players have player options for the 2027-28 season. If either of them chooses to decline those options, they'll enter unrestricted free agency, right when the Lakers might be in position to make a run at them. But that opportunity only exists if the front office executes a flawless cap strategy in 2026. And that's where Austin Reeves becomes crucial. Goslin explains that Reeves carries a cap hold of just $26.5 million in 2026. If the Lakers wait to re-sign him until after they've used their cap space, they can use his lower cap hold as a placeholder, open up room to chase a superstar, then re-sign Reeves using bird rights and go over the cap. It's a tricky move, but it's exactly the kind of cap gymnastics the Lakers have pulled off before. In 2027, though, that option won't be available, because Reeves will already be under contract, which means 2026 is their one shot to swing big. So where does LeBron James fit into all of this? Well, he might not. The Lakers could bring him back on a short-term deal, a one-year contract that doesn't interfere with their long-term plans. They could decide to let him go, thank him for everything, and fully hand the reins to Luka and Reeves. It would be a tough call, emotionally and historically. But from a roster-building standpoint, it might be the right move. This isn't about disrespecting a legend. It's about timing, strategy, and setting the franchise up for the next dynasty. Because if the Lakers play their cards right, and if they position themselves to land a superstar like Jokic or Giannis, alongside Luka Doncic and a re-signed Reeves, they won't just be reloading. They'll be reigniting the Showtime legacy. A new core, a new future, and a new identity built to last. So now, the big question is, will the Lakers choose legacy, or the long game? Will they cling to what's familiar, or fully embrace the next era? One thing is certain. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves are the new heartbeat of the team, and the path the Lakers choose over the next 2 years could define their next decade. ESPN's Brian Windhorst, one of the most respected insiders in the business, recently shared his thoughts on LeBron's situation. Windhorst believes LeBron will stay with the Lakers for at least the upcoming season. He said, "The LeBron situation is definitely a big factor. It's almost like an X factor for the Lakers. But one thing I've learned about LeBron is that he has a history of fulfilling his contracts. I expect he'll do just that." As it stands, LeBron's contract with the Lakers is only guaranteed through next season. After that, he has the option to opt out if he chooses. Windhorst's prediction is that LeBron will honor his contract and play out the full season with Los Angeles. But beyond that, the picture becomes much less clear. No one, not even those closest to LeBron, truly knows what his plans are for the long term. Meanwhile, the Lakers organization itself appears to be preparing for life beyond LeBron. The front office has been shifting its focus. Instead of building the roster around LeBron's unique skill set and veteran status, the team is now looking more toward Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. Doncic, at just 26 years old, represents the future of the franchise. He's a superstar in his prime, capable of carrying the team on his back and leading the Lakers back to glory. Reeves, though not a star, has proven himself to be a valuable contributor. His work ethic, basketball IQ, and defensive tenacity make him a perfect complement to Doncic's talents. The Lakers find themselves walking a fine line, trying to balance two competing priorities. One, they want to win a championship next season while LeBron is still on the roster, leveraging his experience and leadership. Two, they want to set themselves up for sustained success in the post-LeBron era by surrounding Luka with the right pieces. Signing Luka Doncic to a contract extension was a monumental step in securing the team's long-term future. Now, the Lakers have the peace of mind that the face of the franchise is locked in for years to come. But the question remains, how long will LeBron stay in Los Angeles? At this point, it would be surprising if LeBron plays more than 2 more seasons with the Lakers. After that, there are 2 possibilities. Either he moves to a new team in search of one last title, or he decides to retire and close the chapter on an extraordinary career. Looking back at last season, LeBron still showed he can perform at an elite level. He averaged 24.4 points per game, pulled down 7.8 rebounds, and dished out 8.2 assists. Those numbers prove that even at 40, LeBron remains a dominant force on the court. But basketball is a young man's game, and the Lakers' future is clearly focused on youth and long-term potential. So while LeBron's legacy is secure, and his impact on the Lakers undeniable, the team's direction is evolving. Whether he stays or goes, one thing is certain: the Lakers are ready to build around Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. And the next few years will reveal just how successful that transition will be. Stay tuned, because in Los Angeles, the story is far from over, it's just entering an exciting new chapter.